On the evening of the 29th of December, a party is taking place in the palace of the young prince Felix Yusupov. Prince and his friends have bought wine and cakes, laid the table, and put some cheerful music on the gramophone. They're expecting a notable guest, a famous preacher, Grigory Rasputin, who holds too much influence at the moment over the Russian emperor, and more particularly, the empress. Rasputin, who's basically an uneducated peasant, is now making ministerial appointments. At 1 a.m, Prince Yusupov gets into a car and drives off to fetch Rasputin. Meanwhile, his guests, the State Duma deputy, Purishkevich, and the Tsar's cousin, the Grand Prince Dmitri, go into the dining room and doctor the wine glasses with potassium cyanide. At 1:30, Yusupov comes back with Rasputin, whom he's promised to introduce to his young wife, Irina. In fact, Irina is not at home. She's on holiday in the Crimea. At first, Rasputin is nervous and refuses to have anything to eat or drink. The prince tries for some time to persuade him. At last, Rasputin had a drink, but for some reason, the poison does not take effect. Yusupov goes upstairs to get his revolver. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he shoots Rasputin. The prince's accomplices come downstairs to find the body lying on the floor on a bear skin. They're about to dispose of it when Rasputin unexpectedly regains consciousness, manages to stagger out into a courtyard and tries to run away. Purishkevich runs after him and shoots him from behind 4 times. The last shot finds its mark, hitting Rasputin in the head. A policeman, Vlasiuk, hears shooting coming from the courtyard. He runs towards the house and is taken into Yusupov's study. Purishkevich tells the policeman that they have just killed Rasputin himself and orders him to tell no one, not if he loves Russia. The policeman leaves the house and immediately tells his superiors what he's heard. Meanwhile, the Grand Prince Dmitri, first cousin to the emperor and 6th in line to the Russian throne, together with his accomplices, drives out with Rasputin's body wrapped in a fur coat in the boot of his car. They drive onto the Petrovsky Bridge and throw the body from the bridge into a hole in the ice. Then they throw after it a galosh, which has fallen off Rasputin's foot. But they miss the hole, and that galosh remains lying on the ice. This galosh is found the next day when a search for the missing preacher begins. On that day, Propotopov, the Minister for Home Affairs, tells the Empress about the statement of the police officer, Vlasiuk. She telegraphs her husband to tell him that Rasputin has disappeared. The Emperor interrupts a war council, literally in mid-sentence, and sets off from the military headquarters, the Stavka, to visit his wife in Tsarskoe Selo. On the 30th of December, rumors about the death of Rasputin are heard all day throughout Petrograd. In the evening, the Grand Prince Dmitri, arriving for a night out at the theatre, is greeted by general applause. Everybody believes that he is the assassin. The prince leaves, embarrassed. Without waiting for her husband to return, the Empress Alexandra takes action. She orders the arrest of Felix and Dmitri. This is an unprecedented scandal in a royal family. Only the emperor himself has the right to arrest a Grand Duke. The Empress demands the opening of all family correspondence to find out who else is involved in the plot. Then it transpires that even her own sister, the Grand Duchess Elizaveta, knew of the planned assassination, and that not only was she aware of the plan, but approved it. On the morning of the 31st of December, Rasputin's body is brought up out of the ice hole. His daughters identify him. The conspirators are under house arrest. They are expecting demonstrations in their defense, but all is quiet in the city. The emperor decides to punish the assassins by exiling them. Dmitri is to be sent to Persia, Felix to a village in the Kursk region. Everybody's forgotten about the Duma deputy, Purishkevich. The emperor and empress lock themselves away in Tsarskoe Selo and cut off all contact with their relatives. They see in the new year of 1917 without any company whatsoever.